Hi guys, welcome back to another live. Today we are going to create multiple cards that are stamped with similar pattern, same pattern, but each card will be looking significantly different. Hello, thank you for joining. Yes, welcome, hi. Okay, so as you guys know the theme, we are going to stamp multiple cards but make each card different. If you have seen some of the other crafters do this, they typically use different inks and change the color of their stamping. Between each stamping, you simply clean up your stamp and then change the colors and so on. We are going to do something slightly different. We are going to change the color of our cardstock. Instead of changing the ink color, we are going to change the color of the panel on which we are stamping. Two main reasons for this. I am too lazy to clean stamps in between stamping, and also because I don't have that many different variations of colors. So we are going to change the cardstock panel. We are also going to use stamping in the corners so that we change layout of our card. We will actually stamp in the corner and make portrait or landscape cards by taking advantage of the corner design. And of course, this is something we do very often. We are going to change the sentiment. We are going to add a little bit of a twist with a completely different style of sentiment. So the font will be different, the style will be different, and so on and so forth. So with these three things, let's get started. I have done a little bit of prep. As you can see, this is kind of a practice template that I've created. I always like to do this. Printer paper, don't waste good cardstock and all that good stuff. We are going to use two of my stamp sets mainly, two may be optional. So these both are easy layering florals 1 and 2. Please don't ask me which is 1 and which is 2. I always get confused. But yeah, these two. And then for sentiment, I have picked up sentiment from Garden Delight. And I am keeping this particular plant here on a standby in case I feel like adding something. So my stamps are picked up. I have actually picked them up and kept them ready on the side. I have picked up my ink colors, and let me show you the cardstock panels. Hello, thank you for joining. So I debated between adding a variation of blue here, but then I decided to just go with these 4 colors. So these are going to be our cardstock panels. I have already cut them to size. They are all A2. There might be a hair difference somewhere, but that doesn't matter. And we are going to use our stamping platform on the clear side to do the stamping because I'm using clear stamp set. So let's get started. Oh, one more thing that I have done, and which is something I like to do very often, is on my actual cardstock colors, I like to test my inks. So, and don't worry, these panels are not getting wasted. I'll use the other side of it. Or I'll use it for die cutting or whatever, but I have tested my ink colors and I have picked up what I would like to stamp on the real ones. And this is something I do even if I'm not doing it for a live. Whenever I know I'm going to be creating multiple cards, I like to test things on smaller pieces of cardstock and before I start stamping the real one. Okay, let's start. Last time, I struggled with getting my paper to not jump. So I have picked up a stronger magnet. And last time we discovered that washi tape helps. So I have kept it on standby. So I think we are better prepared this time. And I'm going to set my design. This is sample design on the side also. So I know roughly what I'm creating. Okay, enough talk. So this is going to be the first flower we stamp. And I will stamp it on all 4 panels and then simply progress to the next stamping and so on and so forth. So I will try, because I'm using so few colors, I don't have to keep changing my stamps. I don't have to keep changing my colors all that often. And I will try to combine whatever. Oh, cool. I'm not going to double stamp it. It looks nice already. So I'm going to combine the neighboring colors and stamp them all at once. So let's set this aside and pick up the next panel and repeat the same thing. I don't mind if my stamp is going to get a little more darker with each time, because it's just going to give a different sort of variation, and I don't really mind. So we're just going to go with that. And I'm using Distress Oxide inks for a reason. These inks will sit on top of your cardstock, because otherwise if you're stamping on colored cardstock, you have to be careful if your ink seeps into the paper. That will change the look of your ink. For example, if you take, say, archival ink, and if you stamp a blue archival ink on a yellow paper, most likely that is going to stamp as green, or it will look green, because yellow and blue will mix. But these guys, even if I stamped pink on pink, like I did here, it's sitting on top. It's not messing up my paper, or it's not messing up the stamping and changing the color of it. So that's a good thing. So moving on, we are on the last panel for the first flower that we are stamping. And after this, I will switch to leaves. Hi Donna, thank you for joining. Okay, so I have 4 of these stamped. Let me pick up my flower and set it aside. I'm simply going to leave it alone on the side for now. I will get back to it later. And I am going to, yes, happy Crafter Day. I love that. Yes, happy Crafter Day. Okay, this is what I mean by combining the stamps around it, or stamping several stamps at once. Now that I know I have done this and there are a bunch of leaves on both sides, I'm going to simply line them up all at once and stamp. I know these are going to fall over, so let me bring in, and this is just me being OCD probably, let me bring in a rough printer paper sheet, just so that I am protecting my platform. I don't want it to be precise or whatever. I just wanted to cover the sides of what I'm stamping. This is just me being OCD. Yeah. Okay, so I want these leaves to go here. And I'm just following this pattern, guys. I want this to go here, and probably this to go here. And yes, it's totally all right to change some of them, so we don't have to worry about that. And like so. And then I missed taking out one more stamp. Then I'm going to stamp this here. So all of these we can stamp at one go. They are going to be the same color, and we can just stamp them all at once. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm not keeping too much room for the blue thingies, because I think I will simply go with not stamped. Like I will probably add some Nuvo drops or something on top, not do another small stamping there. I also changed the color. I picked cracked pistachio instead of crushed olive, just because I thought this was becoming a little too dark. So we'll go with a little more happy color. And I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm actually inking my stamps on the lid of the platform, so that when I turn it over and stamp, I got all of them. Yeah, right, those colors are also gorgeous, but I don't know why I just decided for this one to go with a little lighter sort of a color. I think I missed a little bit of a leaf there, so I'm going back again. This is giving me some error. I will not bother with it. I will simply leave it alone and we'll see how that goes. Now for the next panel, yeah, you know how it is. If it is a little bit of a little area becomes a tiny bit of a problem, you don't really need to fix it. You can simply cover it up with some embellishment later in true crafter style. Hello, people are still joining. Thank you for joining, guys. I love doing this. I was asking myself why I decided to do every second Saturday live, and I realized that I love crafting with you guys. I love to know that, yes, there are other people. Hi, I know somebody's waving out there. I know there are other people who get a little bit of a joy from what I like to do. So, yeah, why not? Next time, do you think I should announce what kind of stamp sets and stuff I will be using so all of us can craft together? Let me know if that is something you will be willing to consider. So, when I announce my date for the next live, I will also let you know what stamps I'm using. And you don't have to have my stamps, by all means. If I'm saying you have to have some solid images, then pick up whatever solid images you have in your stash. They don't have to be my stamps. This is just, I have access to this, so I'm using this. Of course, I would love it if you guys would also use this, but that's not mandatory. Whatever you have access to, we can just play with that. Okay, so we are moving on. And let me catch up. Some of the crafters here joined a little bit late. Let me catch you guys up. So the idea today, what we are trying to do is, yay, thanks Donna. So the idea today, what we are trying to do is we are going to stamp 4 different panels in exact same stamping. So I'm going to stamp the exact same pattern on all 4, but when I make cards with them, I'm going to make the cards look at least significantly different, at least a little bit different. And the way we are going to do that is, instead of changing the ink of my stamps between each stamping and everything, we are going to change, or we have changed, the color of the cardstock itself. So my panel itself is different. That way my card will look really different from each other. And we will also take advantage of stamping into corners to make portrait or landscape cards. Intentionally, we are not stamping in the middle. We are stamping in the corners, and then we'll turn it around to make 4 different looks of these 4 different cards that we are stamping. So that's the idea. We have changed the color of cardstock. We are taking advantage of the corner, and we are going to change the sentiments significantly so that the cards will look really different. Okay, this one, I think we got all the way till here. So then this one, and I will probably do this, or yeah, that. No, this. And I will also do that. I think that's enough. I think. Oh, no. Not these. I have to do flowers first. Sorry. I need to fit in the other two flowers first. So there. And that guy can go probably even there. I don't mind. And then we'll adjust the number of leaves accordingly. Yep. Hello. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate you guys' support. It's great to see so many of you joining, crafting together, having fun together on a Saturday. And at just Donna mentioned Crafter Day, and I am thrilled to have you guys here. Okay. One. And then second one. Yes, Saturday is Crafter Day. Especially, guys, just so you know, this is going to be our scheduled live every second Saturday of the month. So you'll see me here live on every second Saturday of the month. If there are some months when we cannot do it, we'll let you know. But around Thursday or Friday, once I have all the planning and everything done, I like to send in my stories, I like to put a timer or reminder or whatever Instagram likes to call it, just so that you know. And that's how we'll communicate for any of these lives. We'll have it second Saturday of the month at 10 a.m. Central. Yeah. I live in Tennessee, so I'm in Central Time Zone. So, and I find that it is most convenient for almost folks from here, not too early for PST side people, not too late for EST side people, and even folks from India, if they have to join, it's not too bad. So I think we'll stick to 10 a.m. CST. Okay, so this is the third step of the stamping that is complete, and we will move on to the next set of leaves. So do this, and I'm going to not really adhere to what we have done in the pattern. You don't have to, but that's just a guideline, and I'm leaving it at that. That is just strictly a guideline. So if it needs to change, so be it. It's fine. And I think we can go with only that much. I think that should be sufficient. We don't need to add any more leaves. It looks like I'm hitting somebody, but no, I'm not hitting anything. It's just my the lid of my stamping platform is kept in such a way that it feels like I'm abusing it. I promise I'm not. Okay. See, that's why I put the white paper, because I did not want my platform to get the ink, and then I trust myself. If I get the ink on the platform, I'm pretty sure I'll get it on the next card. Pretty sure. I've been there, I've done that. So, yeah, not taking any chances this time. So, second panel, and then I love this magnet. I got it from Amazon, just in case you guys are curious. I got it from Amazon. It definitely has more strength than the ones that came with the platform, and that's not making my paper jump. Some of you who were here with me last time, you would know we struggled with stamping. And also with this ink, right? I am not stamping twice in this entire 3-4 times stamping on each panel. I might have stamped twice, maybe 2 or 3 times. So that is also helping. But most importantly, my paper is not jumping like it was doing last time. So yeah, and the platform is tough. You're right, Donna. Platform is tough. It can take it. It can take a little bit of pounding on top of it. Okay, here we go. So let's clean up these leaves, and I'm going to bring in my flower centers. And after my flower centers are stamped, that should be pretty much the pattern stamping complete. I'm going to stamp all my flower centers with black because that looks, and for 2 reasons actually. That looks nice. It kind of highlights it beautifully instead of using some other colors. And second, it will help me tie into my sentiment because my sentiment is going to be black. So my flower centers, and I'm going to use archival ink for stamping my flower centers. Archival black, just because I have access to that ink, archival ink. I have a couple of black inks, to be honest. I have this one, and I have the Gina K Amalgam black ink. I love both, but just because my Distress Oxide colors are water soluble, I wanted to stamp on with something else that is not water soluble, just so that it will stand out. Oh, I love it. I love it. Next panel, again, same archival black ink. Yeah, don't worry, I'm getting my lid a little bit messed up, but the platform will not transfer it to the actual stamping. So we are good. We are good there. So next step, let me talk a little bit about that. Next step is, once I have my panel done, or the base stamping done, my 80% of task for creating these cards is done. Now we are going to go to the stage where we will make it look significantly different from each other. That way, even if it looks like a set, and even if the colors are same, each card can stand on its own. It's not going to look just like every other card, even if it was stamped together. Okay, so let me show you what we have got, and then we'll proceed to next. I have a big stamping block sitting on the side where I'm collecting all the stamps. So don't worry about it. They are not going anywhere. They are all here. So don't worry about it. Okay. So these are my panels. If you look at them right now, they are pretty much looking like each other. But what we are going to do is, on each of these, we are going to use a different corner. So on this one, I'll probably keep it like this. This one, I will go with this here and here. So that way, my cards will look like, at first glance, you won't be able to tell that they were stamped at the same time because colors are different and we are going to have different sentiments. Let me pick which sentiment goes where. I will probably do this one here. Happiest of birthday wishes. I love that sentiment. Let's do happy birthday here. Like so. And let's do cheers on your special day here. And then this one, I picked up happy everything, but the happy is here. So we'll stamp that separately. So that is what we are going to do. We are going to stamp each of them slightly differently and use the corners to our advantage. Let me set this aside and line up each of them. Okay. And there are other ways also. There are many things you can do on top besides this to make your cards look different. And I think before I post individual pictures of these cards, I will go ahead and do that. I will add maybe some little bit of ink blending on the side. I will add different embellishments like different color Nuvo drops or maybe even sequins or maybe even stamp a little bit, like add tiny stamping with little flowers and things like that. So there are ways you can enhance and make each card look different. But right here, this step of stamping in different corners and using a different layout for each card is the way where you are diversifying it and you are breaking away from the norm, breaking away from making all of them look similar. I hope you do give this a try. I hope you give this idea a try and showcase what you make and tag me. I love to give you a shout out. So yeah, go ahead and use this technique. Show me the set that you create and I will post your post in my stories. Ooh la la, stamped perfectly for the first time. Maybe this Y needs to be a little more proper. Yep. Done. And oh, let me do this first and then I'll do the other one. I think this particular card, the one with the cheers, can also be used for wedding congratulations. I think so. I think it will look nice. It doesn't have to be birthday. So 3 down, 1 more to go. And my magnet got a little bit of ink, so I cleaned it. I am going to clean my happy just so that I don't accidentally stamp it where I don't want it, and I'm going to avoid moving it too much here. And did I stamp happy birthday? Yes, then I will stamp happy everything. Again, I think the happy everything and cheers on your special day can be used for wedding congratulations also. What do you guys think? Okay, I think that's it. These are the 4 cards. Nope, I had not lined up my paper correctly. I'm not going to mess it up. There you have it. My 4 cards, which if you didn't know they were like stamped together, you wouldn't realize that yes, these are part of a set. And when I post individual pictures, I will make sure I post some of the additional things that I'm planning to do on each of them, like maybe add Nuvo drops or add a little bit of say ink blending on the side to make them really different. Like yes, now itself they are looking different, but make them even more different than each other. I hope you loved it. I hope you had a great time crafting with me. And I'll see you in my next one. Thanks, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. Thanks. Bye. Have a great weekend. Bye.